lads and lasses, welcome back to the Steady Chronicle. This is part 2. This is basically the part of my life going through school and meeting friends and getting to sort of know the people that I know now through the interest of buses. So, as you might imagine, growing up through school as a bus spotter probably wasn't the easiest of times, and it wasn't. Got bullied quite a bit for it. I didn't really care too much. Wasn't really all that bothered for what they said. I get mocked for knowing all the different bus routes and stuff. Oh, where does the 74 go? Where does the 15 go? Me being me. Oh yeah, Middleton. Oh, Bradford as it were at the time, for example. So, yeah, it's just one of those things, but, you kind of get used to it and you just get on with it. Get your head down and get on with what you're doing and just listen to it. Eventually they got bored of it and it kind of turned more into, oh, actually I need to get to here, can you help me? Yeah. The naive person that I was, yeah, I did. I helped them because I'm nice like that. Through school, I met through one of the classmates in art, I think it was. Her cousin is Liam, who we all know and love on the channel. Forgive me, I'm out of breath. I've just took on that hill that I always take on. I'm walking quick. So yeah, he then met me. I think it was 10 years today, because Leeds Fest was on. Geldarts were running the shuttles, the X28s, and yeah, he kind of did those, and then met me, and became friends just like that. I did each other on Facebook and all that stuff, and yeah, so through him was kind of how I got to know pretty much everybody else in a way. He told me of this guy that did videos of buses on YouTube, and I thought, what kind of weirdo does that? Well, I became one of those weirdos, so I could go back in time. But it is like, oh, this guy that does bus videos, and I was like, oh, okay then. And he likes Hoover buses. Alright, interesting. And it comes to meeting him one day. Like, oh yeah, and this is Rob, this is him that likes Hoover buses. Like, oh, you're the guy that does bus videos on YouTube. Yep. So I got to meet Rob. And then I think through him I got to meet Gaz. And gosh, so many people, I can't think. Even like Gareth as well. Loads of people throughout the times. Just mostly through Facebook as well. So you meet him, add you. And yeah, so I got quite a good circle of friends by that point, as I was going into college. And yeah, majority of which I'm still friends with today. So win-win there. So I've got a lot to thank for those guys, because obviously if it weren't for those, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have had the inspiration to do YouTube, because I thought, oh, I can probably do that too. So, and then I did. Because obviously 10 years ago I started my own YouTube. I think I had a camera back then. It was more of a photo camera that did video as well. Yeah, I think that's what I used to make videos back in the day, if I remember correctly. Like a Canon PowerShot thing. And I had a camcorder, and then I got a Samsung Galaxy camera and did a lot more recordings with that. It's really nice quality. And then got on to using phones, because phone camera quality's improved over time. So yeah, That's obviously now I've got this one, the widescreen and the HD and all that stuff, so also through time the quality has improved. But yeah, also through college, I discovered Flickr. Through Facebook, through high school I found through Facebook PhotoPic, rest in peace, and then I found Flickr in college, and then I got to figure out, oh, he photos stuff around Leeds and he photos stuff around Leeds, so I followed them, sent messages and stuff, and then I met Scott Poole. I've known him now for like 10 years, and he kind of, I suppose, taught me how to take photographs, different angles, different types of shots, turning shots, action shots, station shots, things like that. Being able to judge where a bus is going to be at points so you know when to take a picture, if that makes sense. So if you see it turning, you want it at a specific angle, you take the picture like a couple of seconds before, sort of thing, or like a second before, so that you can get it just where you want it. I apologise for the road traffic now. So yeah, I've got to meet him on a few occasions over the years. Gone to here, there and everywhere, and lots of photography, as one does. And then going back to I think actually 2013, I got to meet a few other people as well. I started going on bus trips to different places, because with my dad working at the company, I got to have a staff pass, a child staff pass as it were back then, and I got to go all over the country because the travel was free for me. So, I got to go to Manchester, I got to go to York, I got to go to Liverpool on one occasion. I think I even did London at one point, although not with my staff pass. Chester, I think, was another place I did briefly, kind of like tickled it. Went there, went back on an first Leeds bus, and stuff like that. So I got to go out more places and take pictures there. Another thing I want to also include, because I'm sure a lot of people find this quite interesting, especially from a younger audience who like buses but maybe want to develop skills and stuff like that that they could probably learn from this sort of video. I got to learn the different types of buses through fleet lists. There's a Scania truck. There used to be a website, if I can remember it, called the West Yorkshire Buses website, I think it was. I don't know if that still works. And they regularly updated with various fleets around Yorkshire of different companies, and I would print one off every time a new one comes out. It would list all the changes at the top, and then it would reel off every single bus in that fleet. So you'd have like a Leeds one, a Bradford one, Halifax, Huddersfield, etc. So you just get a list of, like, for us, for example, right Eclipse Gemini Volvo B70L, and then you'd have 32431 right down to 32473. And then you'd have the regs, any previous regs, chassis numbers, stuff like that, liveries and brandings, all that good stuff. So I got to learn the bus types through that. I learned what the fleet numbers were and the registrations. Trying to work out where they are on the bus. Like, oh yeah, there it is, right? Okay. So that's a Gemini, right? Okay. And, from there I got to learn all the different types, and then got to learn which ones I liked and which ones I didn't so much like. So that's always a good way to go about it. If you can learn the fleet numbers and then kind of recognise patterns. So typically a company will order some buses and they'll get like a specific code. Leeds bought some B7 Geminis. They were 3 for Deckers, 2 to be a Volvo B70L, and then obviously they got a load of them on all the bodies in London, but we started with 431 and then went through to 73. But, stuff like that. So I got to learn what Alexander Strider was, one of my all-time favourite bosses. And yeah, so I scrolled on a few years, got to meet more people, got to do more things. And come also in 2013, one of my high school friends says, my boyfriend's driving the 19 route, it doesn't really know them, can you help? Yes. So, because obviously that was my school route back then. And so I jumped on the bus, and then I met Tony, which, funny enough, is who I'm walking up to go meet now. 9 years later. So yeah, I got to meet him for the first time, and got to show him a few routes and, other things like that around Leeds. And yeah, we've been friends then ever since. Hey, traffic. Okay, cool. So yeah, I got to know him, and then a few of his friends. Used to do a lot of bus riding with him, doing different routes. It was an opportunity for me to learn routes, talking to other people if needed, which happened to be the case. It does happen. And then this young lad gets on. Well, yeah, he was then, but older than me. Didn't know him at the time, but he gets on. Okay, wanted to sit at the back, but he didn't. And then come 2015, we have the Black Prince 10-year anniversary. Gets on, can't remember which one it was now, 73, the Vector at Pudsey. And this guy gets on at the back, and I kind of recognise you. And I thought, I think I've seen you on Facebook. I'll ask him. He says, "You on Facebook?" Yes. Why is there always a bike in a video? Are you Dino Brown? Yes. Ah. And then I added Dino. And, from there, well, we 7 years in now, we've been friends since, and he and I have gone on adventures together in places, and through him I met the Zinyor. And he and I have gone on adventures together as well, and 3 of us have gone on crazy places. I did Scania Benders once, we've been up North East though, numbers of times. So yeah, kind of got to know Dino then, and then he became one of our close friends as well. So yeah, it's kind of just one of those really. So I think I know you. And are you so-and-so? Yes. Oh, cool. There you go. So, yeah, if you're in school now, yeah, it's going to be difficult. People are not going to really understand why you're interested and what's drawing their interest to you. They might not understand, or if they do, it's just because it's weird. They don't like it. But whatever. You like football. Bad example. Leeds shirt. For example. You like football, I don't. I like buses, you don't. What's the problem? So, but yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 when I talk about favourite buses, just favourite everything really. It's more of a get to know me kind of video. Likes and dislikes and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Steady out.